be said. This needs to be said. This is for all of my other girlies that are new to the dating world, recently divorced, recently out of a breakup, and maybe you're finally trying to check out dating apps. Maybe you're trying to meet people, you're going on dates, you're checking out the scene, especially if like you're older and you feel like I don't even know how to date. Hi, that's me. But there are some things that I have learned over the past year and a half that you try when it happens to you to be like, well, this is a different situation. I don't have all the answers, so like this is going to be different. And it's never different. It's never different. It's never different. It's never different. And I want to share some of those things that I've collected. Thing one, and the most important that I have learned.
Okay, now we're getting into the important stuff here. We have reached past all of it. This is how long it takes these individuals to get to the point of what they're trying to make. What's going on, fellas? Welcome back to another video. As always, we're just going to jump right into it. And we have this individual here who is having trouble conveying her point. She's also having an issue with her, are those like bangs and it's like combed under? What is this happening right here? This is very interesting, but let's go ahead. Let's finish up a portion of this and see what she's talking about. She is on step one of her things she has learned in the past year.
If he does not pursue you, he is not interested. If you at all, even a little bit, and I don't care, because I used to say, well, there are some things that make it so, you don't know this situation or you don't know that situation, and this might be true. No, if he does not actively pursue you, he's not interested. He's not interested. If a man wants you and he knows he wants you, he is not going to let you get away. He is not going to make you chase him, wait for him, question whether he likes you, any of that. You're just gonna know. Because I have had experiences on both sides where men are actively pursuing me and then it just doesn't work out because we don't have things in common or whatever. And then I've had other ones where I'm like, does this person even care if I fucking exist? Number two,
that just sounds like a restraining order about to happen. That sounds like someone might get the wrong idea. I'm not sure why you're trying to tell people this, because if you look at dating, women do not like to get pursued anymore. You approach a woman in public and she will freak out, possibly call authorities. And in extreme circumstances, sure, but this is the mentality that has been able to consume certain types of women that are just obsessed with social media. In theory, absolutely, women feel like they need to be pursued constantly, but in practice, whenever you have men that are approaching women, that are pursuing women, and they're consistent about it, this isn't what a woman wants. She will see this consistency and it will give her the ick. She will be completely turned off by it. Regardless, it really doesn't matter what a woman says anyways, because how she acts towards men is going to be how she acts. So in a lot of instances, you can look, it's going to be the men who really don't care, who kind of just always considers her as an option. These are going to be the men that these women gravitate towards. That's just the way a lot of these women are. Unless you are speaking collectively and you think that all women are going to change overnight, that's not going to happen.
You have to guess if he likes you. He doesn't. You saw that video. I forget the creator, but she's super funny. She's like eating ice cream, saying it, but it's true. If you have to guess whether he likes you or not, he doesn't. Because if he does like you, but you don't know it, he's playing games. Or he's unsure, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with any of these things. It doesn't make someone a terrible person, but it's just the truth. Or if you're unsure if he likes you, he just doesn't. And he just likes to keep you around for company. He likes for you to be his validation puppy, as that other TikToker always says. Like, it's just, he wants you around when he wants you around, but he doesn't want you enough to like have you be his partner, Words of affirmation.
Well, that kind of circles back around to what I was saying is, these men have other options. So it's not like he doesn't want to be around you. He'll choose to be around you if he wants to. But, if you decide that that's not what you want, he's just going to go find someone else. These are not average men that these women are talking about. Obviously, when they say that they want to be chased and they want to be pursued. They do not want to be pursued by just average men. Okay, this isn't what we're talking about. We're talking about a certain type of man that these women are envisioning in their minds.
Even if it's not your love language, I find are very important in the beginning stages. And so what I mean by that is if you're on a first date and he doesn't compliment you at all, and he doesn't have to be like, oh my God, you're so fucking hot. But like if he doesn't say, wow, you look amazing or whatever, because you know how hard girls work to like look the way we do when we go on a first date. If he doesn't say that, he doesn't say, I'm excited to see you on the date. If he doesn't say, I had a great time on our date. If he doesn't say things to make you feel validated, again, even if words of affirmation aren't your love language, to me, I'm learning that that's a red flag. Not a red flag as in the person's a bad person, as in like if you can't do that in the beginning stages when we're like getting to know each other and things are fresh and new, then you're probably not going to do it later on, you know? And lastly, and these things are not new pieces of advice.
It's funny how they always say that if this guy isn't complimenting you, then this guy isn't going to be a good guy to be with. It kind of really does show you the types of men these women choose to be around. And I'm just sitting here thinking, I'm like, okay, well, obviously, if I'm going to take a woman out on a date, I'm going to give her compliments because I want her to feel good on the date. But these men do not even think of it as a date. They just think of it as, oh, well, I'm going to, this is Susie. She comes over on Monday nights and I blow her back out. And then tomorrow is Lucy. And then Wednesday is Sharon. And then Thursday is Mary. This is the thought process with some of these dudes. So why, the fact that they have to sit here and ask men to give them compliments is just crazy. These are men that these women are trying to date, by the way. These aren't their like enemies. These are men that these women are gravitating towards and they are actively trying to date.
You've never heard before. These are just things that I've collected over the past year and a half. If he says he's not ready, if he says he wants to take things slow, if he says anything in the realm of just like, I'm not ready for a relationship, but let's see where this goes, run the other fucking way.
If you're giving a man everything that he would get in a relationship, but you're not defining that relationship, then there's no point in being in a relationship with that dude. That is basically that's just common sense, and it kind of goes back to this is the cycle that a lot of women fall into is they meet a guy first night, they're in his bed, and then they try to get the relationship when that is the exact backwards way to do anything. You don't start from there. You do the opposite. First, you get to know the person, and then you get the relationship, and then you can have the nighttime visits. This is so insane.
And again, this doesn't make the person a bad person. It's a bad person if they play games and they lead you on and all of those things. Like that's when it's bad. But some guys just aren't ready, and there's nothing wrong with that. If they can communicate that, thumbs up. But in my experience, they'll tell you that they want it slow, that they're not ready. And then they'll keep pursuing you and say things, and then it's confusing. Run the other fucking way. Because if he really is serious and he does want to take it slow and he's not ready, when he is ready, maybe he'll come around. But I'm not waiting around for that. Okay? I just want to share that with you. I'm new to the dating world, and this is what I've learned. So what do you think?
Yeah, none of that really matters. Okay, none of that really matters because it all involves men that are obviously going to have other women lined up as well. So these men are not dating you. These men are meeting you on dating apps and then having their way with you, and then they are going towards other women after that. So these men aren't dating. That's the whole issue. These women think these men are dating because that's what these men are telling these women. Obviously, they tell them anything that they want to hear. But they're definitely not dating.
The reason dating isn't fun anymore is because you're not having fun. The number one complaint I see from women when it comes to like men is, men aren't valuing me, they're not treating me right. I get it. Men suck sometimes. Everybody fucking sucks. Stop taking them seriously. I started having the easiest time when I went into dating, and I'm not dating. I'm just having fun. And I'm not here for anything serious. I'm just having fun. My motto is, it's never serious until it is. For example, this is what I do. If I'm on a date and a guy's like, girl, I'm gonna make you my wife. I'm here for a good time, but I'm not gonna ruin it and be like, you have to work for this. You have to earn it. You need to earn. Fuck that shit. I'm not telling them that shit. I just simply look up with my pretty cute eyes and I'm like, okay. I'm gonna smile and I just have a good time and I just leave it alone. Cause I know that is serious. He's not gonna fucking me up. He's not trying to wife me up. I don't give a shit. But in my head, it's never that serious. I don't care if a man has a ring and I'm not ready. It ain't that serious. It's never that fucking serious. There's a guy, every 6 months, we meet up. He lives in New York, I live in LA.
So again, they're confused because this isn't dating though. You're just hooking up with random men. And then now she's going to tell her story about her constant hookup dude that she always goes to the city and hooks up with this random dude. This isn't dating. So why would a man give you a ring if you're literally seeing multiple men all at the same time? And he knows this. It just doesn't make any sense.
He comes to LA, we hang out for a day. We hang out for 1 day, and I enjoy the fuck out of his company. And then he leaves.
I bet you do.
6 months, maybe I go to New York next time. And I'm like, hey, you in New York? And we have the time of our lives. But you know what it's not? It's not fucking serious. And I genuinely like this guy. But like, husband? Maybe later, you know? But right now, what the fuck is the rush? What's the rush? We're enjoying each other's time. Y'all just need to enjoy each other's time and stop trying to make it something. It doesn't have to be anything. We already know that obviously 99.999% of people, except one person, will be like your forever person. So everybody else, it's not serious. Stop taking it serious. Stop trying to make it to what it's not. It doesn't have to turn into a relationship. We could just have a good time.
I think we are going to have record numbers of men and women that are just going to be completely single for the rest of their life. This is the mentality that you have going into, not even young adulthood. Like, this is a woman that is well into her 30s, I would assume. And you're still thinking this way. And yeah, maybe some women think that way in their 20s, sure. But you are a full grown adult and you are still having issues with this. And you're not wondering why. Maybe that random dude that you meet in New York twice a year to do whatever you two do together, that might be part of the problem as well. It kind of reminds me, I don't know if you've seen the viral video of the woman who is coming home from, I guess, work or school. And it's like in the middle of the day. And she says in the Ring camera, she says, I guess the porch light was on. And she said, turn the porch light off whenever you leave the house, whatever. And she seemed kind of upset about it. And then the next clip was her coming home in the middle of the night and the porch light was off and she couldn't see. And she said, why is the porch light not on? It would really help me see the lock if the porch light was on. So you can't tell. So if you can't tell, a lot of these women are causing these problems for themselves. They have told men for how long now? Years, not to show our emotions, to not take them seriously. A lot of men are conditioned to not even think about relationships when they're with women. Women have made it completely transactional, and that's how these men are viewing it as well in a lot of situations.
The thing is that you actually aren't supposed to date that person that gives you butterflies, because butterflies is actually anxiety. I didn't realize that. I was in a relationship with somebody and I was shaking like somebody's family chihuahua all the time. And then it wasn't until after I left that relationship I was like, was I having full-blown panic attacks? I was. Did I mistake those for butterfly? Yes. That's learning.
Yeah, you're learning something. That's for sure. If you're one of these men that you are actively choosing to involve yourself with dating and stuff, just be careful. Please be careful. Get to know these women. Do not invite them into your homes. At least not at first. You got to vet them out. You got to get to know them. Okay. Because this is alarm. This should be alarming for a lot of men to see stuff like this. There's some issues going on for sure.
It's so funny because my dad from day one was like, there's something suspicious about this guy. Like, why is he in his mid to late 30s, still single, but calls himself a dating expert, calls himself a dating coach? Like, that's so weird. My dad kept saying that from day one. I was like, no, Dad, he just hasn't met the right girl yet. Yeah,
that's what I've been thinking about all these women dating coaches. Have you ever noticed they're all single? They're all in their late 30s, early 40s. There's a few of them that are like in their late 50s that does, geriatric dating and finding your right coffin to be buried next to each other and stuff. And these women are all single, chronically single. These women haven't had any relationships in a very long time. They're telling women things about men that are just completely untrue. And these women are taking it as fact. But that's completely fine. And then they find this one dude, which this video is referencing, this one random dude who gave dating advice one time, and now all of a sudden it's like this viral video with 51,000 likes.
My dad was right.
Yeah, dads are usually always right. That's why I think it's so important for these young women to have fathers in their lives. Fathers are the cornerstone of pretty much any well-balanced family, okay? Without the father, without the patriarchal figure in the family, that family just basically is in ruin. You know, these kids are raised thinking all sorts of things, doing all sorts of things. The rate of, incarceration, crime, uses of different things, other words I can't say on YouTube, all of them are increased in single mother homes. It's just the statistics. It's the way it is. It's not good. I can agree with that. But there is no remedy at this time. The only thing we can do as men, which, 99.9% of people who see this video, you're going to be a man, is to just be very careful with the women you involve yourself with, the women you invite into your life. So the screenshot that I'm going to be throwing up on the screen right now, this was a screenshot from a Discord message where I had a video that I was going to show on this one. I was going to record and react to today, and that video was taken down. I was not able to retrieve that video on my computer. Thankfully, I already had it pulled up on my phone. And as I was looking through it really, I am going to show the video after I say this, but it really isn't the video that is the issue. Check this out.
Recognize this quickly.
Okay, these are like...
Can I just say, if you are a man and you are on a dating app, and maybe you don't know social cues, okay? I'm not gonna say you're outright autistic, all right? I'm not gonna say you're outright fucking autistic. But what I am gonna say is, if you don't know social cues, I'm just gonna give you a little word of advice, all right? Maybe don't tell somebody that they are that you whittled them down from 10 to 4, and that you are in their top 2 of choices. Let's not.
As you can see, the video really wasn't anything in particular, but this part of it right here where it says it's sponsored, this is a sponsored video, by the way. There is some sort of ad mixed in with this. I'm not sure if that's why it was deleted, but this got sponsored by something, and then right underneath it, it says that I hate men. That's the title of the video, I hate men. Can you imagine if a man was to do something like this? This is allowed on TikTok, by the way. I just found that was that is completely insane that you can have a sponsored video with a sponsor. You're getting paid for the video, for views, for likes, for engagement, and you are openly throwing out hateful language towards an entire group of people. That is just completely insane to me. And the fact that it's accepted is disgusting. I don't know. I just found something completely wrong with that whole situation. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, because that really just did not sit well with me at all. But anyway, fellas, let me know what you think down below. Subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you guys later. Rat Boy out.